For years, the narrative around Elon Musk was focused on Mars. Rockets, colonies, and making humanity a multi-planetary species seemed to be the ultimate goal. But while we were all looking up at the stars, his companies were quietly building something vast, right here on Earth. The idea isn't that every piece is finished, but that the connections between them are becoming clearer. A rumored SpaceX phone could be the key, linking these ambitious ventures into a single, integrated system. This isn't just about space travel anymore. It's about creating a complete technological ecosystem on our own planet. The Wall Street Journal published a report that SpaceX showed investors a sleek AI handset prototype, one even slimmer than an iPhone. However, Elon Musk has called this report utterly false. So we're left with a detailed claim from a major newspaper versus a categorical denial. We can't confirm if this device actually exists. But strategically, a phone made by SpaceX would be fascinating. It could be the missing piece that connects all the underlying infrastructure to the services offered on top. Let's talk about backward integration. This is the strategy of owning your inputs instead of buying them from other companies. At the very foundation, we see TerraFab, the announced ambition to produce custom chips for everything from AI and vehicles to robots, and even computers in orbit. Then there's the proposed orbital data center constellation from SpaceX, providing the compute power. Finally, Starlink is already a mature and operational connectivity service, with direct-to-cell technology already live. Together, these three pillars, chips, compute, and connectivity, are all converging under one roof. So if you have all this infrastructure, you need a way for people to use it. This is why the idea of a phone is so compelling. It becomes the bridge. It's not the empire itself, but the interface that makes the empire usable. This single device could handle user authentication, display information, capture data, and process payments. It could even be used to command machines like robots or cars. Now, to be clear, there is no confirmed link between a SpaceX phone and these other projects. This is our thesis. But a first-party device would give them a direct line to customers, bypassing Apple, Google, and traditional mobile carriers. This brings us to the other side of the equation: forward integration. This is about moving from controlling the network to controlling the final transaction and, ultimately, the customer experience. Think about how the pieces fit together. The Platform X is expanding to become a hub for identity, media, communication, and money. The Optimus robot is aimed at providing general-purpose robotic labor. The Robotaxi network plans to turn autonomous vehicles into an on-demand mobility service. And Neuralink is developing a direct interface between the human brain and digital systems. A single connected ecosystem could become the key to all of it. It could verify your identity, manage your wallet, connect you to media and communication, control your robot, arrange your transportation, and, eventually, allow you to interact with technology through thought itself. So when you put it all together, from chips to cars, you have to ask, could this become the biggest vertical monopoly ever? The real prize here isn't just selling phones. The prize is controlling the entire technological stack. This depth of vertical integration is highly unusual. For example, Apple buys network access from telecoms. Telecoms don't build robots. Cloud computing firms don't own transportation networks. If all these separate pieces can be made to work together as one ecosystem, the advantage would be formidable. It could mean less dependence on suppliers, stronger customer lock-in, and a constant flow of data through every single layer. Of course, this grand ambition is not an inevitability. It faces brutal constraints. First, there's the sheer amount of capital required, which is in the tens of billions of dollars. There are also the laws of physics, dealing with things like heat, bandwidth, and the energy needed for launches. The execution risk is enormous, as many of these pieces are still in the very early stages of development. Regulation is another huge hurdle, with potential challenges across telecom, finance, labor, and antitrust laws. And finally, creating one ecosystem that controls communication, payments, and transport also creates a single point of failure. The architecture is becoming imaginable, but it is far from guaranteed. For more analysis like this, be sure to like and subscribe to Business Undercurrent.